Here's something that nobody in the beauty industry wants to admit. Black women do not age. We evolve. We deepen. We refine. And nowhere is that more visible than in our hair. The right haircut on a black woman over 50 is not about looking younger. It is about looking like exactly who you are. Powerful, intentional, undeniable. But here is where so many of us get it wrong. We walk into a salon with a vision. A clear, beautiful vision of feeling refreshed and vibrant. And we walk out looking managed instead of magnificent, tamed instead of transformed. And we leave wondering why the woman in the mirror does not match the woman we feel like on the inside. If that has ever happened to you, stay with me, because today we are changing that completely. We are talking about 5 specific haircuts that work beautifully for black women over 50. Cuts that honor our natural texture. Cuts that complement our melanin. Cuts that lift our features, celebrate our bone structure, and remind every room we walk into exactly who we are. This is not about chasing youth. This is about stepping fully into your power. Let us begin. The first cut is the soft layered bob. And before you scroll past because you think you have heard this before, stay right here. Because this is not your grandmother's bob. This is not that flat, shapeless, one-length situation that makes mature hair look even thinner. This is something completely different. The soft layered bob is one of the most strategic haircuts a black woman over 50 can choose.
And here is why.
As we age, our hair naturally loses density. Whether you are natural, relaxed, or transitioning, volume loss is something most of us deal with after 50. A heavy one-length bob makes that thinning even more visible. But the moment you introduce soft, feathered layers into that cut, everything changes. Those layers create the illusion of fullness. They create movement. They create life in your hair that was not there before. The second reason this cut is so powerful is what it does for your face. Those layers act as architecture. When placed strategically around your cheekbones and jawline by a stylist who truly understands black hair, they lift your features. They draw the eye upward. They emphasize your strongest, most beautiful assets and soften the areas where time has been doing its natural work. Because here is the truth that mainstream beauty has spent decades ignoring. A well-placed haircut on a melanin-rich woman over 50 is more powerful than any filter, any filler, any procedure. It works with the natural structure of your face in a way that nothing else can replicate. And the third reason the soft-layered bob works so well for us specifically is practicality. After 50, we have earned the right to demand beauty that does not demand everything from us in return. This cut works whether you are air drying, doing a quick blowout, or wrapping at night. It always looks intentional, always looks polished, always looks like you made a choice. Now, let us talk about how to make this cut work specifically for your hair texture. If you are natural with type 4 hair, always ask your stylist to cut your hair in its natural state or stretched. Never wet and fully shrunken. Wet cutting on natural hair leads to results that bear no resemblance to what you asked for. For relaxed or heat-styled hair, request face-framing layers that start at your cheekbones. If your hair is fine or thinning, keep the layers subtle. Too many layers will remove the bulk you need and leave you with less than you started with.
Styling tip.
Apply a volumizing mousse at your roots before blow-drying to create that lifted, youthful crown. Consider side-swept bangs to softly cover the forehead without looking dated. And ask your colorist about dimensional color. Soft caramel highlights or subtle lowlights woven through a layered bob are one of the most flattering combinations for black women over 50 that exist. It creates depth and warmth and makes your entire face glow. Who is this cut perfect for? Women who want a polished look without high maintenance. Women dealing with thinning hair who need volume and shape. Women who want a cut that transitions effortlessly from the boardroom to brunch to a beautiful evening out. If that is you, the soft layered bob is your answer. The second cut is the tapered natural cut. And I want to be very intentional about what I call this, because the name matters. I call it the liberation cut, because that is exactly what it is. This is not a haircut for women who have run out of options. This is a haircut for women who have run out of patience with options that were never designed for them in the first place. The tapered natural cut is for the woman who is done hiding, done spending her Saturday mornings in a salon chair, Done spending hours on a hair routine that drains her time, her energy, and her joy. Done conforming to beauty standards that were never created with her in mind. And here is what makes it so extraordinarily powerful for Black women specifically. When you remove the length and volume from around your face, your features become the focal point. Your eyes, your cheekbones,
Your jawline.
your smile. Everything that makes your face uniquely and magnificently yours suddenly has nowhere to hide. You are not hiding behind your hair anymore. You are standing in your full presence. And that energy is magnetic in a way that cannot be manufactured. Silver gray coils on a tapered cut are one of the most striking, most modern, most powerful looks in beauty right now. If you have gray hair and you have been covering it, I want you to consider something. Your gray is not a sign of aging. It is a sign of evolution. And on a well-shaped tapered cut, it is absolutely breathtaking. For face shape customization. Oval faces can go as short as they want. Heart-shaped faces benefit from a little more volume on top. Round faces need height at the crown and a tighter taper on the sides to create length and definition. Styling for the tapered natural cut is genuinely simple. A good moisturizing curl cream or leave-in conditioner daily to keep your coils defined and hydrated. A light texturizing pomade for sleeker moments. And for special occasions, bold earrings, a bold lip, and your natural hair. That combination on a Black woman over 50 is a complete, undeniable, stop you in your tracks look. Who is this cut perfect for? Women who want a true wash and go lifestyle. Women experiencing thinning edges or hair loss who want a powerful fresh start. Women who are ready to embrace their natural texture fully and completely for the first time. Women who want to stop hiding and start commanding every single room they walk into. The Liberation cut does not make you look younger. It makes you look liberated. And that is infinitely more powerful. The third cut is the shoulder-length shag. And before anything else, I need you to release whatever image just came to mind. Because this is not that. This is not the shaggy, unstructured look of the past. This is refined. This is textured. This is sophisticated movement on a mature Black woman who knows exactly what she's doing. The shoulder-length shag works for Black women over 50 because of what it does in 3 specific ways. First, it creates instant volume and dimension through its layers. The shag is built on many strategic layers cut throughout the hair to create movement, texture, and the illusion of fullness. Even the finest, most thinning hair looks abundant and alive in a shag. That is not an accident. That is architecture. Second, it softens the face in a deeply flattering way through face-framing layers that fall around your cheekbones and jawline. Those layers gently lift your features and redirect attention to your strongest assets. If you have noticed any softening around your jawline, the shag quietly addresses that without ever drawing attention to it. That is the kind of intelligent styling that changes everything. Third, it is genuinely effortless to wear. Natural curls, heat-styled hair, transitioning hair, the shag works with all of it. The more natural and lived-in it looks, the better. You can wash, apply a curl cream or texturizing spray, scrunch, and walk out the door looking intentionally stylish. For natural hair, always cut the shag dry or on stretched hair. For relaxed hair, ask for long layers starting at the collarbone that cascade downward. Always request soft, feathered, blended layers, never choppy ones. Choppy layers on mature faces can read as harsh rather than stylish. Add wispy curtain bangs or a side-swept fringe if you want to soften your forehead. They blend seamlessly into the shag and add to that effortless, youthful energy without trying too hard. This cut is perfect for women with fine or thinning hair who need volume and movement. Women who want a relaxed but polished daily look. Women who love texture, dimension, and the kind of style that looks effortless even when it is entirely intentional. The fourth cut is the blunt cut lob with subtle layers. And if elegance is your love language, this cut is speaking directly to you. The blunt cut lob is clean, modern, and radiates the kind of quiet confidence that does not ask for permission and does not need validation. It is the haircut equivalent of a perfectly tailored blazer. It tells the world exactly who you are without a single word. Here is why it works so powerfully for Black women over 50. The blunt edge creates the visual illusion of density. When ends are cut cleanly and precisely straight across, they look thicker and more substantial than layered or blended ends. There are no wispy tips that make aging hair look fragile. Just clean, intentional, healthy-looking hair that speaks to how much you value yourself. It also defines the jawline in a way that is immediately visible. Cutting the hair to fall at or just below the chin creates a deliberate visual frame around your lower face that adds structure and sharpness to your entire appearance. And it is endlessly versatile, sleek and straight for professional power. A gentle wave for soft femininity. One side tucked behind your ear for modern asymmetry. However you style it, you always look like the most intentional woman in the room. For natural hair, always cut the blunt lob on dry, stretched hair. For silk press or relaxed hair, cut on straight hair for maximum precision. Request subtle internal layers for movement while keeping the perimeter blunt and clean. If you wear glasses, this cut is particularly flattering. The clean lines complement your frames and keep your overall look balanced and modern. Maintenance note: this cut relies on its precision. Get it trimmed every 6 to 8 weeks to keep that blunt edge sharp and intentional. The blunt cut lob is for women who love polished minimalism. Women with square, rectangular, or heart-shaped faces. Women who want a no-fail look that always delivers. The fifth and final cut is long layers with curtain bangs. And I want to say something clearly before we go any further. You do not have to cut your hair short after 50. Nobody gets to make that decision for you. If you love your length, if you feel most like yourself with your hair flowing past your shoulders, then keep it. Own it. Celebrate it. But let us elevate it. Long layers with curtain bangs bring softness, dimension, movement, and youth to long hair without sacrificing a single inch of your length. And for Black women over 50 who want to keep their hair long, this combination is genuinely transformative. Here is why. Long hair without layers can pull the face downward, visually emphasizing any changes that gravity and time have introduced. But strategic layers starting around the shoulders and cascading down give your hair life. Movement.
Bounce.
Your hair frames your face instead of dragging it down. Curtain bangs are magic for mature faces. Unlike blunt, straight-across bangs that can look severe and require constant upkeep, curtain bangs part gently down the center or slightly off-center and fall softly on both sides of your face. They cover the forehead softly, where fine lines often appear first. They draw beautiful attention to your eyes and cheekbones. And they grow out gracefully, which means you are not locked into constant salon visits just to maintain the basic shape of your style. For natural hair, cut layers on dry hair in your natural texture to prevent shrinkage surprises. For relaxed or heat-styled hair, ask for long sweeping layers starting at the collarbone. Request curtain bangs that blend seamlessly into your layers rather than sitting as a separate, disconnected element. If your hair is fine, keep layers longer and more subtle to maintain volume and fullness. Styling tip: use a volumizing mousse at the roots to prevent flatness. When blow-drying your curtain bangs, use a medium round brush and roll them gently away from your face for that soft, sweeping effect. Keep your ends deeply moisturized. Long hair on mature women requires consistent hydration. Invest in a good leave-in conditioner and commit to regular deep conditioning treatments. Color tip: ask your colorist about lighter pieces around your face and woven through your layers. This technique creates dimension and movement that makes the entire cut look more dynamic and radiant. This style is for women who love their length and are not ready to go shorter. Women who want a noticeable but not drastic change. Women who want soft, romantic, flowing femininity that proves long hair after 50 is not just possible, it is magnificent. So there they are. 5 haircuts that honor who you are right now. Not who you were. Not who someone else thinks you should be. Who you actually are. The soft layered bob for timeless volume and elegance. The liberation cut for bold, unapologetic presence. The shoulder-length shag for effortless movement and modern texture. The blunt cut lob for quiet power and polished minimalism. And long layers with curtain bangs for the woman who refuses to give up her length and wants her hair to move the way her spirit does, freely, beautifully, and on her own terms. Here is what I need you to understand before you close this video. The right haircut does not make you look younger. It makes you look like the most refined, most intentional, most powerful version of yourself at exactly the age you are. And that version of you right now in this season is more extraordinary than she has ever been. Your hair is not a limitation. It is a statement. And it is time yours said exactly what you mean. If this spoke to you today, if something here made you feel seen or inspired or ready to finally make that appointment, please subscribe to Forever Refined. We are here every week with content created specifically for Black women over 50 who are done playing small and ready to step fully into their most elegant chapter. Like this video if it gave you something. Share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear this. And drop a comment telling me which of these 5 cuts you are most excited to try. I want to know, because this community was built for you. And I am so glad you are here. Until next time, stay refined, stay radiant, and never forget that Black women over 50 are not fading into the background. We're just getting started.